I feel very privileged to be here to speak to you guys today about something that's very, very close to my heart and has been for over 40 years, and that's youth development football. I started a long time ago, and I'll go through the presentation, but at the end of the day it's all about the players. It's not about us, it's about the players, and our President touched on it by saying, you know, the future starts at the grassroots level, and kid you not, that's where it starts, that's where the future of the game is, and that's where we've really got to concentrate our energies. Over the last few days I've been privileged again to work with some of your coaches who have been exceptional in their efforts. We've been doing 4 and 5 hours on the field in the hot sun, running, working, but they've enjoyed every moment of them, of the practices, because we've put a key element in there. We've used the ball, and that's the key. That's the key to developing players, is getting the ball involved, because if you don't have the ball, there's no decision making, there's no thinking, and if there's no thinking, there's no footballer. So if you're going to tell a footballer everything you want him to do or her to do, every run they're to make and every decision they're to make, if you're there holding their hand at every avenue, when they go to the next level, to the next coach, they're going to be lost. Okay, so that's my philosophy on football. Been a lot of places around the world, and it doesn't change much. So just an overview of my role with the FFA: to effectively manage and coordinate our programs and to provide high quality leadership and support. I've got a good team with me, and I can't do a job without a good team behind me. And to develop an effective coach education network, which we've got in Australia at the moment, and we're developing further, where information is shared from person to person. It's no longer, in Australia, if I go back 10 years, it was very insular. Coaches were loath to share information with each other. And now, all of a sudden, in the last 10 years, we've started to open up, and people have started to share what they know about the game, because they're not frightened anymore. They're not frightened that somebody's going to know what their tactics are or what their training methods are. They're clear on what they want to do. Just a little history of my own. Started coaching at 13 years old, and some of you people in this room probably weren't born then when I started coaching. At 25 years old, I was in charge, responsible for the player development, 8,000 registered players. 1989 to 2008, I was in charge of New South Wales, which is a large state of Australia, the largest in terms of player population. Players like Harry Cool, Brett Emerton, Luke Wilkshire, Lucas Neal, and many, many more. But I didn't develop those players. I was privileged to be part of their development and facilitate what they became. So there was 1/1,000,000th of me in what they did. But it was about making what they did fun and enjoyable and helping them to reach their potential. In terms of coach education, I noticed we got some people from the Brazilian Football Academy here. Barra Beach was my home for about 3 weeks in Brazil in 1995 when I did the course over there. And I worked my way from from the technical director at New South Wales, from a regional technical director to the assistant to the technical director, and was offered a position at the FFA, and I'm still there today, and lucky enough to be here in India to work with you guys. The Goan FA recognised the potential of the region, and took steps to gain funding and access outside assistance. And that's what I'm here for, to assist, not to tell you what is right and what is wrong, to assist the development of the game here. The aims are to bring together the most experienced coaches and administrators, you guys, to the region, and evaluate the activities to help us implement the GFA Grassroots and Youth Development Program. Not the FFA, not Norm Boardman's, the GFA, along with you guys, and with the overall aim of attracting and retaining more players and coaches involving the community. And that's a key. Don't underestimate the value of involving community, parents, and other people that can help us develop the game and grow the game. Some objectives. Provide opportunities for all to play and enjoy football. That's the key. Play and enjoy football. That's the key. Whether they go on and play for India, we don't know. We don't know what their potential is, but we see a player there and we give them the help to develop to their potential, whatever that may be. And just because they aren't as fast or big or strong or technical as the other player at 10 or 11 years old, we don't cast them aside with a ball and say, you go and play over there. We find ways to include them. And here I've written some things on inclusive, making the game inclusive for all. Girls, women, men, boys, everybody should have a chance to play football, because we know we love football and we need to share that passion with everybody. Assist administrators and volunteers to become more effective in their duties. They're already effective. You guys are already effective in your duties. We're here to assist that effectiveness and help you develop as administrators and interested people in the game. We have a three-part program. We have a participation level, grassroots level, 10 and 12. Children come, two words, to enjoy and play. Enjoy and play. Give me the coaches here that are motivated to be at training sessions for the good of the players. I don't need technical coaches. We don't need technical coaches. We don't need people to drive kids away from the game. We need people that'll bring people to the game, that bring kids to the game. Help them to love the game. And then what will happen, when they learn to love the game and you've helped them love the game, they then will make their own decision on where they go there in the performance level. And they'll make, by their very nature, by their attitude, by their ability, they will then start to rise and go where they need to go, and guided by you. And at the end of the day, if they don't go on and play for India and they don't play in the state league and they just come back and play veterans football, they will thank you for it. Nothing better than seeing a player 10 or 15 years later, when you've been working with them, as even a state player as I've done, and they come up and they say, thank you. Thanks for the work you did with me 15 years ago. To me, that's gold. And that's what coaching's all about. Having that relationship with people, ongoing relationship with players and their parents and the community. So we're looking at performance level, and that's some of the stuff that I was working with over the last couple of days with these guys in the coaching school down at... yeah. Yeah, I'm really not good on the areas just yet. Here, the program will create employment for youth, opportunities for youth coaches down the track, so that the more players we get involved in the programs, the more coaches we're going to need. And particularly at the participation level, the more youth level coaches we want to see in there, because if we can develop our youth coaches to go into the participation level, they too will make a decision on where they want to go. Do they want to go to the performance level, or do they're happy to stay there? Again, as coaches, as mentors, we give them that opportunity. They make the decision where they want to go. It's not just football, it's life enrichment through many, many different activities. For example, in the off-season, if you like, and we'll talk about that later, there'll be provided activities like life-saving, refereeing, volunteering, giving a whole different aspect of it's not just about football, it's about everything we need to do in the communities. Some roles and responsibilities. Yeah, we have roles. We have responsibility. And we want to make sure that we treat that responsibility with the respect it deserves. We've already provided the Community Coach Education course, and we've accredited currently, there are 4, and there are borderline probably another 4 or 5 who will be able to deliver the junior licence course. Not the D, not the advanced, not the AFC advanced level, the community level for grassroots coaching. That's all it is. It's nothing to do with the AFC. It's to do with just community coaching. And the hope is that those people, no, not the hope, the vision is that these people will go out and deliver more to people who want to coach, get involved in coaching in the villages and the centres. Already been well into developing and delivering the participation and performance curriculums and programs. We've already done that over the last week that I've been here. And again, talk to the guys in this room that have been there. They'll give you an honest opinion. We're going to create, and this is big for me, Creation of an effective mentoring program for the coaches, so that we don't come and coach people and give them qualifications or help them earn qualifications and then say, thank you very much, you go and work over there, and that's nice. We want ongoing education. They want ongoing education. And this is a template we've used in Australia. Very, very effective. Things like, and we'll show you in a moment, things like peer observation, where somebody comes along and observes a training session and helps you and gives you some feedback. There you go. Okay, what did you think of the size of your area? What did you think of the number of players you used? Why were you using 4 footballs? How did that affect the training session? All that sort of thing. Never anything about, you know, or why did the players kick the ball when they were supposed to pass the ball, whatever. Nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do with the technical side. It's to do with the how to, not what to coach. And again, creating a system for players that monitors their progress and provides feedback. Players need feedback on what they're doing. If they're to get better, they need feedback. Just like you do when you go to school. You get a report card every 6 months at school or whatever, okay? Our players deserve that. They're doing something they love. They need some feedback on how they're going. You know, you're not so good in this area, you're doing really well in that area, okay? Maybe you can give some advice on what they need to improve on. But we've never done this before, and we don't do it very well. We give feedback, but we don't actually give any written feedback that backs up what we're saying. Because when I give you some feedback, go home, sometimes forget about it. And more importantly, who are the other people that need that feedback? Who are the other people that need that feedback with the player? The parent. Because the parent spends a lot of time with the player. The parent spends a lot of time with the player, so the parent needs to be involved. He does very well in this, she does very well in that. She just needs to work a little bit on this, and maybe they can help them with that. And then they understand the game. When they come to the game, they understand what the outcome is for the coaches. That we want to play a certain way, that we want the players to do these certain things. And maybe the parent doesn't get so angry then and think, you know, what's my son or daughter doing?